Hello everybody. How are you all doing today? I believe we have a game to play. I believe we have a screen to load. Did it work? Did I not do it?
Welcome to the Great Debate.
Hello again. What do we have? We have Daryl and Malevolent Rider out there taking seats in the audience. We make plenty of room for more just in case they should want to share and invite their friends. I do want to point something out that I added yesterday and forgot to mention. I have to look back to see who it is that did it, but I have fan art in that little TV that the alerts for subscribers and things comes through on the bottom of the screen. Oh, what the hell? Oh shit. Okay, let me fix that. Okay, I think I got it. Yep, it's gone. In there's one that flashes my name, and again, I have to go back and see who made that for me, but that is fan art of sorts. And I wanted to find, there it is right there. You guys are just, oh, you've been looking at it for a second or two. That was made by somebody. I think they were messing around and made it for me, but I thought it was cool. So there it is for everybody to see. It'll flash every so often. So if people do want to make things to put in that screen, I'm not gonna be upset. I'll put something there. I thought it looked cool. Also, added some other stuff that I've done in there for here and there. I don't want a lot on there. Just stuff will flash up from time to time. Trying to keep things interesting. Alright. Oh, we're joined by Lacey. It's Friday. Everybody's in kind of a lazy, relaxed mood. So let's do a lazy, relaxed show. I guess I should have been a smart one and done that share the stream thing today. Let me go ahead and share this stream again if I haven't already. Have I? Maybe I have. Also, let me mention that I am actively in the Great Debate Discord channel on my Discord. So if you would like to jump in and be on the show today for a topic or more, please don't hesitate to check the Discord link. It should be corrected in the description. It should also be corrected for the bot, so you should be able to type in Discord. Hop in. I will give you permission to hang out with everybody else, and you can go into the green room and hop on the show. I think I've got my Discord pretty well straightened out now. I shouldn't have to cancel any more links. Alright, with that being said, I think that gets all the BS and information for the show out of the way. Maybe I could No school today and the house is very loud. Yes. Yes, it is. Frank Rizzo, welcome to the live stream. Whoop, 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 whoop. I'm trying to catch you in the chat. I'm trying to catch you and hit you with a wrench. Ready? If you can dodge a wrench, you can dodge a ball. Here you go. Right. Hey, and welcome. Thanks, Ryder, for sharing the link. Here's what we're going to do, Frank. The first person to yell out a topic that you see on my board, I will pick that topic and we'll start discussing it. And because I have no guests right now, we will discuss it with the chat. If you would like to be a guest, just type Discord in the chat and the bot will give you a link. You can hop in there. I will give you permissions. Let me go make sure I'm paying attention. And also that I don't get a bunch of beeping from people joining. Alright, so that's all set in Discord if anybody wants to try that out. And the first topic, folks, what would you like me to click on this board? What we're going to do is we're going to talk about it for a few minutes. Some of these things I was looking at this morning, and I just, for the life of me, could not come up with stuff. I was staring at the screen for more than an hour this morning, trying to fill this board. Dun dun. Dun 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 dun. Oh, no, I don't need jazz. What I need to do is get more stuff for my soundboard. Government. Ooh, we haven't done government in a while. That sounds fun. Does the president have the ability to unilaterally protect the country from deemed threats? This is a very important one. I kind of let it die down a little bit, and I'm bringing up in a different way of looking at it. So, he's supposed to have the ability to protect and defend the United States regardless of the Senate and the Congress and all of that. He's supposed to have that ability to make unilateral decisions stating that this is bad right now, we need to do this to defend ourselves or to protect ourselves. And Skullbot. Sometimes I forget what Skullbot will say back to you. And what this comes to me is, if the president has the ability to defend us from something that could be a threat, which over different presidents has been different things, either people from a country or people from a religion or just people in general. And at one point near the beginning of his term, Trump has been trying to keep out certain groups of countries that could possibly cause a threat to the United States, whether it be them coming over or the first generation children living here that are theirs. The ideology that they bring with them can sometimes push them to do things that would be countercultural for where they're living. And it's the president's authority and responsibility to determine from all of the information that he's given what areas are unsafe and who to and not to accept in the country, and make blanket decisions over that which protects us. So, why is a ban from specific countries put through court and deemed not constitutional? Why is the Constitution suddenly up to foreign entities and foreign bodies, people from those countries, to decide what the national constitution is for the constituents of the nation? And I see this coming up a lot, and the president has tried to do little things, but I could almost see where he'd be like, wait, this is my job, and another branch is telling me I can't do my job. So, does the president actually have that ability if it can be superseded by the court for their belief. Let's see. Does anybody in the chat have anything? Make sense so far? Here's another worry. Is this will go for any country. If you have enough government laws and motions in order for a country to make certain things happen, and the populace says, no, we don't like this, and they put somebody new in power that wants to change these laws. But the first thing that happens is an immediate brick wall of repealing the things that are now no longer wanted by the populace. So it becomes kind of a two-way motion. People don't always think about this, that later things might not need to be as tight as they are now. Things can change. And each government assigns the responsibilities of doing certain things to different groups, different bodies of the government. And in America, we have the 3 bodies. In other countries, they have, 1 to 2 bodies, 2 or 3 or 5 bodies. They have different setups that I don't understand all of. I'm not going to claim to. So let's focus on my perspective. Okay, that's a different one. The president in a time of war has the ability to declare war based on a situation that the United States finds itself in without waiting for congressional approval. However, in most cases, I want to say the president must declare war and get congressional approval if we're not physically attacked. Like, if we're not attacked, if nothing has come up against us. That's a weird call, because legally the president has the ability to declare war in defense of the nation, or he can declare war against another nation for something if he has congressional approval. If somebody attacks the United States, he can defend. But you don't always need congressional approval to attack. That's the president's job. So, looking at this from a less aggressive standpoint, and let's do this from a defensive standpoint. So, as an American, there are a few things America, in general, not overall, is worried about. That would be Muslims coming into the country and beginning to believe that the word of Muhammad, that people who are gay and lesbian and in the LGBT community must be thrown from the tallest building. That Mexicans who come over here and know that because of certain laws, if they break them in certain areas, they're only going to spend a few days in jail and they're going to be released because they can get away with that, being that they don't have any American documentation. These are the things that are being fought, and sometimes we don't all believe they're being fought in the right way, but they are. It's the president's duty to both defend and, in the cases of having to attack, to lead the attack for the nation. The president, should we not be attacked, should not have the ability to enact war. The president, should we be attacked, should not have to wait 3 weeks for the government to decide we can't do it. It is... Alright, so the president... Wow, why am I so fuzzy on this? The president is the executive branch. The Congress and Senate are the legislative branch, and then the judges are the judicial branch. Okay? So the executive branch is responsible for the execution of the duties. The legislative branch is responsible for the legislation of, or the writing of, the duties. And the judicial branch is responsible for adjudicating what was meant by all of the words the legislative branch puts down. Where's data? Where's my data wasteland? Hey, Cryptic, welcome. So, when you take all of these into account, the president is supposed to defend our country. So, if we are aggressed against, it is the president's duty to defend us by aggressing back, I guess. If we have not been aggressed against, and it is not the president's duty to get involved in a war between the European Union and the UK. It is not our president's job to get in the middle of that. It is not our president's job. In fact, it's not really our job to be out there defending other nations. It's our job to defend our own. So, it's a way of perspective. People will look at that and say it is our duty because of what we've done to go out and protect and to cover the protection of certain places. Sorry, I was coughing and then I thought I was done. Alright, what are we doing next? Let me take a look over here at Discord before I continue. Is anybody in the green room? Nope, nobody in the green room. Alright, so, what are we... Mainstream, I'm assuming that's media malevolent. You like those M's? A problem with 24-hour news is it is no longer actively 24 hours. Would actively being live this long change the reporting strategy and the topics? Here's an interesting one. We've sort of covered across it, but I always try to look at things in a different way, mostly because it's the same topic, different perspective. So in staring at mainstream media, what do I come up with? Well, we've talked about how the 24-hour news stream cycle turns into these repeat snippets of news that happen throughout the day and get recorded by whoever just happens to be in the newsroom when they're recorded. Those clips get played throughout the day, or it gets recorded and then postponed, relayed. So it's live, but edited live, so it has time to pass through the newsroom. If they were required to, whether delayed by a minute or 3, keep the news rolling live and find current stories that would be either exciting or appealing. Maybe that would force mainstream media to begin to look at some of the positives or look at more opposing views to the topics that they're putting at hand. So if you're forced to maintain live coverage talking about things that happen in schools, you're inevitably going to be forced to cover some of the positive things that happen, because you can't fill all of that time with just negatives without saying, well, here are a few positives. Those positive moments that happen in those horribly negative school shootings are what we can look at to help determine what the best course of action would be to help retaliate against those school shootings. But in not looking at them, we're not offering up that perspective to say, let's decide to try out in this area adding extra people to cover the need that we have with this idea in mind and see if this protects our students. Let's try some different things. There are lots of different ideas out there from different sides of the left-right spectrum, and I'm sure we can decide amongst our populations to take different areas into account and try some of these things. By the way, I just love how you want straight for government. It fits with your sodomy gimmick, so please don't start because I said sodomy. Wait, Did I miss sodomy in the chat? If it breaks the law in America, documents deport their ass. I have to pay taxes in 2 countries till my paperwork clears in America. Yeah, that sucks. That sucks. Discord. Oh, that's the bot. Yep, this is only an hour show. I just talked for an hour, so we got 30, almost 40 minutes left. So what I'm thinking is, some days, and we all see this, you sit down to the internet, either you go to make a video or you go to find something to talk about, or you go to find something to consume, to read, to watch. It doesn't matter. Some days you find there's these dumb fluff pieces with literal word salads in there, just trying to fill the news for that day with something. And it seems reasonable, I guess, because you still want to fill the news day, and if there's nothing going on, what do you fill it with? Well, let's look at some of these positive things that happen a little more in depth. Let's slow down and take a few more minutes to look at this person's point of view in the conversation, whether we agree or disagree. Instead of leading into, and this is one of my pet peeves, instead of leading into, so this is how guns are looked at according to the registry, and da 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 da. What you need to do, sorry reporters, I'm not a reporter telling a reporter how to do their job. I'm a consumer telling you what I want to see. Kind of like anybody in my audience going, hey, I find your show is shit. The fires are, kind of lame. You need to improve your curtain because it's gray and dull. People will have their opinions. Some of it's valid, some of it's considered, some of it's overseen. That's going to happen. But they need to stop and take more time to look at some of the opposing views that they're not really taking the time to look at. So my valid... damn it, I lost myself in my own word salad. That's what happens when I don't have somebody to talk to. Hello? Hello? I could yell for Skeeter, but everybody's in my house. Somebody'd probably answer. I'm not sure. Maybe everybody's sleeping. It's Friday, so for some people, Friday's Saturday, if that makes sense. Also, this is a holiday, so a lot of people are gonna sleep in because they don't have to get up and get ready to go places. And this is the morning show. I really just want to see more perspective. I want to see people stop and take the time to analyze. I want to see reporters ask the question, so, you came here today to talk about guns. What is it you have to say? Stop leading the argument. Ask the question, what do you have to say? So, hey, Miss So-and-so from whatever organization, you're here to give some light to the discussion about firearms. What is it you're pushing for? What do you have to say? Let that person get out what they mean to talk about, all of their talking points. Take a note or two on the way through if you need to. And then bring that talking point right back with a question that you have. Having a list of questions to argue against the speaker doesn't help you. And even some of the best reporters I see on TV still do this a lot. Even Tucker Carlson does this. He gets this question on that paper and he wants to so badly get to that answer that he doesn't allow the person he's with to let them get out what they need to say. Which, okay, sometimes it's stupid. But start off by, instead of leading into the question, start off by, we're here for this conversation. Where is your stance on it? What would you like to get out? And then they can have that conversation from there and let the conversation go a little more and fill in that 24-hour cycle. Because even the worst point of view being heard out will be found for the truth it has. Alright, looking back at the chat again now that I've busted out my word salad. Burnside has a thing for sodomy, once rant for 2 hours on it. We had a question on sodomy a bit over a month ago. Frank Rizzo is Burnside. Are you doxing him in my chat? How dare you? they're both anonyms? Yeah, no. Yeah, anonyms, right? Yes, maybe. Where's Data and Saki? Oh, I read that part. Burnside, we're all on Burnside, we are on Guns XD. Where in Scooby the Mountain Man or Irving? I'm lost on that one. Wait, are we on Guns? No, we're not on Guns. We're on mainstream media. I just put the topic on Guns because it's in the news right now. Dun dun. Wait, hold on. We got this. We got this. Let me lower the volume here. Do this. What would we like to talk about next, guys? I like this tune once in a while. Just kind of put it off in the background. I'm still curious why the bar I'm pressing isn't lowering the volume. Are my audio settings right? Chaos 120 joke. Skull is a live stream at night. Oh, is it after LOTN? Someone's pick. Someone pick. Someone pick. Good Friday. Good Friday. I'm looking through the chat, trying to see what's going on, trying to interact, participate if I can. Hey, how come I didn't see Malachi in there before? Looking up at the chat, Frank Frizzo, yo. I already did too. Did you? I wasn't paying attention to who picked. What do we got next? Let us hit the refresh button over here and see how we're doing. Reese says we're going to talk about some video games next. And since there are those who want to divide up things to label them, not all video games are necessary video games in a social context. What the hell did I mean when I wrote that? Let me read that again, see if I can figure out what I said. Since there are those who want to divide up all things to label them, not all video games are necessarily video games in a social context. Okay, I sort of remember what I meant when I wrote this. Boy, can I be dumb sometimes. Wait, Satsu's here? I don't see Satsu anywhere. Satsu doesn't like my game show. But what I mean here is we talk about video games being pretty much games that you can play on a video screen. But, you know, some of us don't play. Thanks, Rizzo. I appreciate the confidence. No, I sit down and stare at the screen sometimes and try to write questions, and it gets confusing in my head and on the screen. Some video games are on your phone or on other devices. And, you know, we always try to divide things up and label them. And sometimes on the show, for contextual purposes, I just pick random things to divide up and label just because. And usually in the easy category. We can say phone games aren't necessarily video games, except that you can find some of the same games between your phone and the video console that you have. Yes, I'm a numbskull. See? It proves it right here on my board. So, in a social context, can we say that, you know, Jewels or Gems, whatever the name of that game is, that's sort of like Tetris but not, can we say that's a video game? And then if it pops up on your 360, does that make it a video game? If you can play it on 360, Xbox One or PS4 computer, does that make it a video game? Does the limit of something on one platform or another take it away from being able to be something? Portal 2 is so fun. I used to be really into a lot of video games, and for those of you who popped in and didn't like it, I'm sorry. I was playing Darkness 2 for almost 6 whole hours yesterday live. It was fun for me. Why not? But didn't have a lot of viewers, so I don't know if it just wasn't something people wanted to watch or if I'm getting boring. Both are possible. You never know. Um, hmm. What else to say about this? I don't know. God Emperor Trump 40k Warhammer the win. Uh, yay. Yay. Um, I don't consider everything a video game, but some things on the phone I would say are just shy of being a video game. Just because it's on your phone and on the console doesn't make it a game. Uh, I say a video game has to be something, to me, this is my opinion, my perspective. A video game has to be something that is on par with the capabilities of video gaming. There's nothing wrong with saying it's a digital game or a phone game, or it's kind of a video game by playing it on the phone. But if you only have two or three controls and one of them is your direction, what kind of game is that? It's a 1 and 0 game. It's almost equivalent to an old Tetris style game with two or three buttons. We have a higher capability of two or three buttons. What do we have? 2, 4, 6, 8, and 2 joysticks. 8 buttons and 2 joysticks. So let's say, on the average, that a video game has to have 10 pieces of input. Or a visor. Well, no, because the visor would take it into a virtual reality game. Question, is a board game put into a computer game, i.e. chess? Is that a board game, now a video game? It's a digital board game, I think. See, and again, this is my opinion. Feel free to disagree with my opinion. I encourage it. Even argue with my opinion. I'm happy to even platform that. But a board game like chess or checkers on a computer is just a digital board game. It's a very good gray area, and I've discussed a lot of them. In fact, I have to be honest, guys, I've got a bunch of notes down. I've been debating taking a few days off and putting together a whole new set of categories, like wiping out half of the categories on the board and putting new topics. But every time I get really low on them, I still end up coming up with some. So I don't know. I might just change another one or two. I'm still indifferent about how I want to do that. Again, it comes to how you look at it. Some people can look at certain things who've never played a video game, and their opinion is going to be completely different than somebody who plays for 6 or 8 hours a day. So, and then on other things, their opinion could be absolutely the same. You just have to look at the fact that everybody grows up different. You're exposed to different things in different quantities. You make different decisions that get you to different points in your life. And through all of those differences, your perspective, your opinion, and the reason why you formulate that opinion changes. And it's that right there. That's the conversation that needs to be had, not the argument over, hey, listen, I've got all these statistics on this and I've got all these statistics on that. It's, hey, we have all of this information. It's out there to look at. Now let's talk about why we're looking at this as a topic. I'm looking at it because I feel this way. You're looking at it because you feel that way. We're all looking at it because some numbskull put it on some stupid, moderate game show-ish style board and decided to talk about it for way past what the timer said and just sit there and ramble and ramble and ramble until he can't figure out what other words he can string together to keep talking to the chat until he can't go. And next topic, please. Oh wait, another click. There we go. We have a board again. I either need to turn that music farther down. Wow, that is really... You guys can barely hear that music, but I can hear it. Wow, that's really loud for me. Why is it like that? Settings are wrong. Let's see what we got going on. I dig how this guy has bots and cool shit like a YouTube Jeopardy setup. Thank you, Frank Rizzo. I like to have a little bit of fun when I do this kind of stuff. So Daryl wants the internet. So let me put my highlighter right over the internet. So the bots are there for you if you get bored. They're there for me if I get bored sometimes before the stream. And the whole point is to do things a little different than everyone else does. So everyone else programs their bots to go every once in a while. Hey guys, check out this link for my second channel. Hey, check out my Streamlabs. I know that stuff is important, so my bots are programmed to go type Discord, and you get the Discord link. Type tweet, and you get the Twitter link. Type YouTube, and you get the YouTube channel, and so on and so forth for all of my social media. That's there. I don't make them spit it out. One other bot goes through and so off every 2 to 5 minutes, I think, and spits out, hey, try this out that can be done in chat, try this out that can be done in chat. And then the fun part, I have bots that literally are just programmed to return everything. You don't need a command, just Facebook. No exclamation for that part. That's the easy part, just so that it pops up when somebody mentions it. So, let's see. We have internet. The internet is about being connected to everyone, everything, everywhere in the world. Or is that just what happened with it? Yep. The bots show my shit and they pick on the chat, and you can even be aggressive towards the Nightbot, like, fuck you, Nightbot, with or without a space in Nightbot. You can dick punch Nightbot with an eggplant punch emoji, no space. My internet is going all neutrality on me. Have a good one. See you later, Ree. Have a good one. Thanks for coming. If you are... Wow, this chair is starting to fall apart. I need to tighten the screws again. It's an old wooden chair, but it's moderately uncomfy, so I don't sit here all day. Lost myself. Blank mind, blank mind, blank mind. Error, error. Alright, so the internet didn't start out connecting everyone to everything in the world. What it was originally was a military device for them to communicate, and then it was released to the public, and we have different levels of the internet people do or don't have access to depending on encryption and data nodes and connectivity. There's all sorts of things the internet has become. And and with what it's become, we have to wonder, was that the intent to bring so much of a wide world together for everybody to see? Was the intent of the internet to make it so that this information was readily available, or did people just take advantage of the fact that you could connect so many computers, so many nodes through lines, and advanced this method of technology in which we use to communicate and transfer media and information? Is or was that the purpose? Or did that beginning purpose mold into what we have now, which is just exposure to everything? Was the seeking of finding access to something now lead to exposure to everything that we have exposure to? How do we want to look at this? Does anybody have anything to throw in here? Yes, I have noise in the background. Let me mute for a moment. Wow, that sucked. Voice meter just errored on me after I couldn't unmute it there for like 5 seconds. Trying to tell my kid she can come down and get her drink here. In 15 minutes, I'll be finished. Let's see. We got 20 minutes. You won't make it on time. That's 1 o'clock your time in the afternoon. Oh, you must be in... Wait, where would it be 1 o'clock? Scotland? Like Western Scotland, maybe? I'm getting better about my time zones. I'm learning. It just happened there should be no explaining the internet. That's the rules. Oh, we've talked about the internet rules, haven't we? Do the rules of the internet affect you? No. The rules of the internet don't affect me. Therefore, I can talk about whatever I want. You're going on almost 9 a.m. Frank Rizzo, so you are 1 time zone behind me. Okay. Chicago. Anybody else got anything about the internet? Anybody else find any disturbing things on the internet that they never wanted to see and all of a sudden they were exposed to them because internet? Or is there anything that we need to discuss the fact that you can't find on the internet because internet? Or would that be because PC culture? The internet is for porn. The internet is for porn. The internet. I forget how all that song goes. Fucking Wolfstein, too. Also, cats. Yes, I saw an 83-year-old Hitler vomit Taco Bell. Alright, time's up on the internet. The internet must die now. The internet. That's from the game. Yo, stay away from the light. Get away from the light. Sorry. It was fun. I might play more today, but I don't think I'm going to stream it because people don't seem to like me playing around. They like me being the NumbedSkull semi-smart, whatever the hell I am. Nope, nobody's in the green room. You can come in, hang out. There's a bunch of places to go over there. There's cool things. There's more bots. There's more bots over in Discord. You can talk to the bots. The bots in Discord were intentionally set up so that when my channel was really small, I could sit in Discord and have conversations with the bots when nobody else was there or awake in the morning to talk to. So if you go in and say, "Sup everyone," or "anyone here," things like that, certain ones pop up with responses from the bots. Then I got the fun idea to make the bots talk to each other, which works in some things, but not in others. And I failed. So there's a whole bunch of things programmed into my bots that I failed at, to have somebody say something and then one bot retort and then another bot comment on the retort and then the first bot that retorted comment on the comment that it got from the second bot. So that failed. Still working on it. Maybe it's a pause or something in the translation. Maybe I programmed it wrong. But I'm still working on stupid stuff like that, because that stupid stuff is fun. Alright. We will give you the undead role in the graveyard. And that will allow you to hop into the green room. And then I will move you over.
Testing.
Breaker 19, do you read?
Testing, testing.
I hear you loud clear. You coming through? Good on the stream. Volume levels are up. Broadcasting through B2. Levels are zeroed. We're good.
Awesome. Glad to hear.
Welcome to the stream. How are you doing today?
Not too bad. Just got home from work.
Well, just in time. Let us get one more topic off of this board in the last 11 or 10. Wait, what time? Wow, YouTube's timer is all messed up again. In the time we have left, why don't you pick something off the board for me?
Let's see here. We've got... Screw it. I'll go with controversy for 800.
Controversy. There has been controversy over NGO, non-government organizations, and the aid and help they actually offer to foreign countries.
I think I know a thing or two about NGOs.
Go for it.
All right, the little I know from NGOs is typically all that crazy conspiratorial stuff that comes up. People talk about refugees and how, yeah, we're blowing the hell out of all these countries and that, and, you know, naturally you don't want civilian casualties, so we should send some people in, like the Red Cross or other organizations to go take care of these people, like, you know, Doctors Without Borders. So naturally, yeah, war bad, death bad, terrorism bad, all that stuff. Complication is, depending on time and place, it can become problematic, not just getting the people there and making sure they don't wind up dying in that, but then you're into other things like the UN getting in the way, just, you know, because they like to, they like to get in the way and just say, all right, well, if you want to go here, you know, we have to rubber stamp you, or we have to escort you, do this, do that, and then other people get in the way and say, all right, well, we have these interests, that interests, and then next thing you know, Western Europe is flooded with all these people that are either A, refugees, B, people saying, yeah, I have these forged papers and totally trying to get my wife and kids out of here.
And also another thing is, when you start looking at these non-government organizations, was it 2016 it came to light that places like Red Cross were taking a large amount of the money and misspending it, or just giving it to the government and letting the government spend it on things that it wasn't meant for. In some cases,
Yep.
Some of the money is given by large companies and organizations. A lot of money is given by middle-class people who give the Red Cross and other organizations money because, one, it's a tax write-off to donate, which is awesome, and two, because you just want to give to those who you know you can help. So you try to find that organization you think is doing what they're supposed to, what they claim to, and putting that money to the right use, and then you find out that 38% of that money was lost to them misappropriated funds, and then another 40% was given to the government, and then what food was given was all taken by the gangs that were controlling the area. So what help was really given to those who needed it?
Exactly. That's exactly the problem that winds up happening more often than not.
Now, this always leads me back to believe we should take care of our own, because you can never be sure what's going to happen unless you take responsibility for it. And then you see an organization go, okay, well, we're going to take responsibility. We want to help people. This is what our mission's going to be. And then it comes to light that the way they go about their mission is by, well, we have $500,000 to use on this particular project. Let's spend half of that on housing for us all to stay in while we're there. Well, that's good. That's quite an amount that could have been spent on dropping the aid that they needed or producing something that they needed. But that's my perspective, you know.
I pretty much got the same opinion.
Now, I'm not saying that it shouldn't be there. I'm just saying it should be more accountable. If I were to donate, let's say I were a large corporate business owner and I were to donate $100,000 to the Red Cross to assist in flood cleanup for Texas from last year, to help people who are still without homes get down payments put on new homes or new construction projects, And then I find out that half of that money that I donated went to paying for the food and lodging of the people who were there to offer the assistance to other people. What did you waste the money on that for? Couldn't there have been somebody who lived down there who you could have paid to do that? One or two people, not paid for the living expenses of somebody for months, you know? And then it just seems like misappropriated funds are so common.
Oh God, yeah.
Anybody in the chat have anything on that? Grabs popcorn and starts eating. Yeah. And, you know, there are a lot of NGOs, and some governments are not allowed to have any say over certain spending in NGOs. Other governments don't allow NGOs in the country because they don't have any say over what they're doing with their funds. And it's up to the organization what to do with the funds they're given. But if they're being appropriated incorrectly, and I do understand that things do cost money, but you have to take in a cost analysis consideration. Most of the funds you get that are meant for other people should not be spent on the people allocating those funds, especially in a nonprofit charity organization.
Yeah, because if you're going to give your money to something, you got to make sure it actually gets spent on what it is you're trying to pay for.
And
Otherwise,
I do understand you have to pay for lodging and housing and their food and
Oh,
things.
yeah.
But it should be within reason. It should be by, I don't want to say by percentage, but I do want to say maybe by scale.
Yeah, I'd say more or less the main idea is, okay, if you're going to give money to something, let's not wind up funding the next George Soros conspiracy. Let's actually take care of whatever the said problem is.
Yeah. Yeah, and this is one that it died down for a while. It popped in my head the other day, and I could not think for the life of me, if you were in my Discord, I could not think of the name of the NGO. I couldn't think of it, what it was called. So I went searching for acronyms. And my day got so interesting from there. If I could only pull it up. We were posting acronyms in my Discord about ghost, gay, and other something, gay, homosexuals, other something. And there's lists of them that are names, that are acronyms for other things. And it took me like a half an hour to scroll through this list just to find NGO. And
Wow.
So I get all the way through the list, and then I go back to the top and I read the like 3 paragraphs at the top, and I start playing with the URL because there's no other links on this page, and I realize that it's supporting pages for a gay and lesbian organizing something or other. And I was like, oh, interesting, cool. I still got my chuckles though.
Oh God, that sounds hysterical.
Oh, I will repost the link in my Discord and pin it up somewhere. It is
Homo Rights Organizers Incorporated. Oh, that sounds so hysterical.
Saki isn't in here. Saki had a whole bunch of them. I had the link in there. This is I'm probably gonna regret this. We got like 5 minutes. Let me hit my bookmarks over here. Did you have anything else about NGOs?
Yeah, I think that's really about it.
Yeah, it just seems, I understand they're there for help. They're there to take the funds that people go, well, I feel that people here are disfortunate from myself. I have it better than them, and I believe that they should be given a chance to have it as good as I have it. And in that effort, I'm going to put some of my money down to better them. And they take that and go, oh, well, where the hell am I? Right here. That money is used in the cause of going to better. So if we think we have a way to better them and be able to use the money for ourselves, then that's what we need to do. And let's see, I'm in the field. I'm going to put this the Graveyard Hangout. I'm going to repost that link, and I also put it in the chat live. You guys should have already seen that. And let me just scroll down here with the last couple minutes. We got, see, which is funny because the AARP is on this list. Let me get up here on the mic. Stop sounding like I'm echoing here. We have AIDS. Oh, no, that's right. That is AIDS. By the way, ALF, A-L-F, is not on this. No, it is on this list. It's the Animal Liberation Front, and it's supposed to be alien life form. Welcome to the channel. Oh, don't do that. Now I can't see. Welcome, Frank Rizzo, to the channel. I appreciate it. I hope people.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate being here. Yeah, I really dig the game show setup. That's entertaining. I like how you got the bots in the chat and everything. That's some fun shit.
Yeah, I try to be a little different. And once I started doing it, I was like, you know what, this is kind of fun. I've done a couple of chats here and there where we add more stuff for people to use in the chat. The last one is how we got the eggplant punch emoji and a few other fond ones that people are using right now.
Nice.
Trying to find where the fun ones were. I think I gotta get down to like G before I find some of the real fun ones. See Pusa, Dakowitz, F, G. So a gala is a gay and lesbian alliance, or a gay atheist league of America. A gift is a gamete intrafallopian transfer. If you're glad to hear that, that's Gay and Lesbian Awareness Days. Gomer is get out of my emergency room for a helpless trauma case. Yep. If you're hopping, that's helping in normal grieving. If you want to ask how, that's happiness and womanhood. Yeah, I could keep going. There's so many in here.
Oh, let me go grab another beer. This already sounds like fun.
Hold on. Well, we got a minute left in this show. I encourage everybody to come back on Monday and check out Monday morning show at 9 a.m. Eastern time. I will refill this board and we will start on some new things. With that being said, if you do like video games, I got 6 hours worth of streams yesterday where apparently I was claimed on commenting on the looks of a character, but it was music or something. And I tagged it and tweeted it out if you want a good laugh about not only my commentary, but the game copyright claiming me or something. I don't know.
Jesus.
I can still stream apparently, so I'm not upset or anything. With that being said, I was working on trying to close with a new something I'm working on. And I don't know what happened, everybody. All that work I did right before the show, trying to do something, and it just didn't want to show up. I either typed a word in wrong or didn't save it right. It's just supposed to say thanks for tuning in, and it can't even do that for me. What's wrong?
Did you save it in the right folder?
I checked that. It says I saved it, but apparently it's just not showing up. Let's do. See, it doesn't just give me all files as an option, because it just say goodbye is all the title is. It should be right there, and it's not. So with that, I guess it's on my show to figure out the goodbye thing. I'll figure that out for Monday, I suppose. Something went wrong. So with that being said, I try to do things so cool that if it doesn't work just right, it's not going to work at all. So here we go, everybody. Thanks for tuning in. Let's get a little audio. Let's make it so you guys can hear that audio. a good one.